Okay, we're live, it would seem. Let me get Audacity up and running. Okay, we're all live. Are you recording your end on Audacity or no?
No, because this is my shitty computer. But I might have my new computer, my better computer working again next time we record. But we'll see.
Okay.
Anyways,
Cool. All right. I guess we can just start whenever. So here we go.
yeah.
Hello and welcome to a special add-on episode of the Dynasty Tradecast. We're going to be calling these one-hitters. I'm from Colorado, so that's totally legal and totally acceptable. The innuendo is all there, and it's totally legal and explicitly fine. Right, Nathan?
Yes, I can't confirm or deny. I know what that means, but yes.
Yeah, exactly. It has implications. So Nathan and I are going to be talking about a trade that he did. So we're going to throw these in from time to time onto our feed where we, when we make a big trade, we'll talk about that trade, talk about the thoughts behind it, and then actually we've talked about also bringing on trade partners that we've done as well. That I like that idea as well of kind of hearing from both sides to talk about the trades. Individual trades and not just rolling through timelines of like at hashtag dynasty trades and then reading off endless trades that you're going to have a really tough time following. It'll just break down this one. The target will be 5 to 6 minutes, which I just spent an entire minute explaining it to you guys. But without further ado, let's kick it over to Nathan. Nathan, you made this deal in one of your leagues. You've mentioned over and over how stacked your team was. So I guess what deal did you pull off?
Yeah, I mean, just to elaborate on what we're doing is we're trying to peel back the curtain a little bit on what we're thinking when we're making trades. You know, it's not just what you see on a Twitter timeline of a trade that is helpful. It's also, okay, what was that guy thinking when he made that trade? So that's what we're trying to do here. So the final deal ended up being I sent Tyler Lockett Davis for Brashad Perriman in a Superflex tight end premium league. Neither of those things have anything to do with this trade really, but essentially, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk through some of the things that happened in the negotiations. This is one of the rare times, most trades that I make, I am the one initiating the deal. This one was a first offer sent to me.
Sometimes
the initial offer, I mean, can't confirm or deny that happened during this trade. Sent here was I send Tyler Lockett in a 17 third for Perriman. Fairly close, especially with this type of trade where the assets can go either way. I was just like, well, let's see if we can work this a little bit. To do that, what I did was I countered with Tyler Lockett and Josh Doxson for Dorial Green Beckham and Brashad Perriman. So a lot of people have Doxson and DGB pretty close. So I figured if I can get my favorite of the two just with that swap, then that would be a deal I can make. But that didn't end up going through. A couple more counters back and forth, nothing really fruitful. And then I sent one that I thought might have a shot, Tyler Lockett and Martavis Bryant for Dorial Green Beckham. That didn't work out too well for me. But
are you countering? You're countering all these are your counters, or is this kind of just going back and forth? The two of you guys throwing trades back and forth.
Yeah, no, back and forth, pretty much. That's honestly the best way for the trades I get done. Happen because of counters back and forth, not just one guy sending 8 different counters, and I think that's just the best way to get deals done.
Yeah, hold on, Nathan. You just cracked out super bad on the internet there. So, you still there? You're still crapping out.
All right, start? Yeah.
No, still bad.
Check.
Hold on.
Check. I sound fine to me. Check.
Yeah, no, it's over the internet that it's killing you. Try again. Well, Nathan's internet just crapped out. No, it's still definitely like lag on the net. Like it sounds super scrambled.
Huh. 1 second. Internet, right?
Ooh.
All right, so again, that's on my checklist. Everything talk for a second. Talk, check. Blue wing.
No, it's no good. No good. No good. No good at all. Okay, hold on. What do we do? Just maybe try it again. Yeah, just keep talking. Let's see if see if I can still. Yeah, it's still super scrambled. Let's see. Yeah, mine's okay. Nathan. Down.
My video isn't like screwed up or related at all, but my sound is.
Yeah, no, I can see your video, and then it's like super choppy, robotic sounding vocals that just started like in the middle of that last sentence.
Even right now, it's still choppy right now.
No,
Check,
actually,
check.
just went clear.
Okay, where should I start from? Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't even remember where we were. It says
I'll just start from pause and say, so this is where the station started. That's all, or I'll start from.
okay, cool. Oh, but how about this? Because I asked you a question. I was like, what was the question I asked you? I asked you, are these all your deals, or are these all your trades, or are these trades back and forth? And then you can jump in from there.
Okay, yeah.
So are these deals that you're mentioning these deals, are these deals that you're making, that you're offering every one of these deals that you're talking about, or this kind of a back and forth situation that you're describing where a different, like he's making deals, you're making deals, and then, it's kind of back and forth rejected?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, this is definitely, I have sent a offer. He rejects counters, back and forth. Those are definitely the type of deals where, deals actually get done rather than one party sending once or even 5 or 6 offers and not getting any sort of feedback. Because at least when you get the counter, you're like, okay, this is how close we are. This is where we're at. So ended up here was I thought the ended up here was I was like, okay, pretty much I'm not going to get anything out of, more than what I'm getting here. I think it's pretty much going to be even swap. So I was like, all right, why don't I try and throw in Mike Davis, running back for the San Francisco 49ers. This is a very solid team, and it's going to be hard to find cuts. So I usually have no problem throwing the end of bench guy when I have those type of teams. The thing with this deal and how team structure impacts it, Tyler Lockett was my wide receiver 6, and risk factor with both Lockett and Perriman are fairly similar. It's just that Lockett has at least shown something on the field. So that's kind of how I saw it, where I can, afford to make a risk of a player that I think has a little bit more upside. We haven't really seen it on the field, but I think in his offense and his, his profile as a player, just has more upside, and that's kind of more of what I'm looking for in a wide receiver 6.
So your thought with this deal and kind of your mindset behind it, and I'll go back to kind of escalating the offer here in a second, but your thought with this deal was, okay, Tyler Lockett's a pretty safe asset that I have concerns about kind of depreciating as this season goes, whereas I'm so stacked I can afford to go for the wide receiver 2, like who knows, maybe wide receiver 1 upside of Perriman if he really turns into an absolute monster. So that's kind of the thought, is like he's a better stash for you as far as that goes, and if he doesn't pan out, it's no big deal.
Yeah, exactly. In a league where I'm starting Tyler Lockett week in and week out, I'd be less likely to do this type of deal. But when Lockett's really only going to be seen, Lockett would have only really saw my lineup during bye weeks or injury issues. So pretty much just was going for the upside play there.
All right, hold on. My dog's in here. Let me. He's not supposed to be walking around here. All right, go. Jesus Christ. Okay, what a shit show. Yeah. Okay, so and I'm not sure if you could hear him click clacking in the background there either.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
He's got like long little crazy toes. Okay, cool. So then you said. So, okay, cool. I'll just hop in for going back and kind of bulking up the deals, because I think that's an interesting thought too, where you tried to make the deal, get extra pieces out of it from a smaller deal. So going back to kind of what you were talking about, Nathan, where your second deal, you tried to get DGB in the deal as well, kind of like modifying the deal, going for a much larger deal when you're just basically originally looking to do just a swap of players. Is that something you're regularly doing? Because I think on my end of things, I've had plenty of deals go through where it started off meager and then crazy, and then all of a sudden we're throwing in Julio and Nuck, and it turns into an absolute blockbuster of a deal. But it sounds like that's kind of the direction you went on this one, and maybe that's a direction you generally go.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Do that. It's more of like if I have a deal where I don't really feel too encouraged to make the swap straight up, I'm like, how can I, make sense for me? And by adding, more, premium assets, and it's not like I'm saying, oh, I'm going to add in 2 or 3 bad players and try and get one more good player thrown in. I'm like, okay, let's get 2 players that are close in ADP and get one that I prefer. And if it just so happens that the other person prefers the player that I'm offering, then it's a win-win for both sides because you're just getting, a player out of the deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just a swap, wide receiver swap, young wide receiver swap. So I guess on my side of things, I'm generally not inclined to do those sort of deals, but it sounds like you're justified. And I like the reasoning for adding a little bit more pop to the end of your roster, or your wide receiver 6 or whatever Perriman will project as being on that particular team. So.
Yep. All right, so I think we talked that out.
Yep, I agree. And so let me put a wrap on it, and we'll call it a day. So I think that's going to wrap up our first Dynasty Tradecast one hitter. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's something that it's not going to get you through your entire commute, but it's something that we're going to try to throw in as we make deals throughout, so you can get at least a little bit of a mindset into kind of why. What thoughts go in the trade negotiations and trade conversations and trades that we're making right now. So look for the regular episode this week, and we'll catch up with you guys later.
I feel like that could have gone a little more smoothly, but